Good, happy Monday evening, January 11, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's begin. First up, we begin with COVID-19 updates. 711 new cases of COVID-19 in New Hampshire announced Monday. No new deaths due to coronavirus announced. New Hampshire health officials reported another 711 positive cases of COVID-19 Monday, but no new deaths. And now let's take a look at your COVID-19 in New Hampshire key data, maps, and graphs. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 52,307 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 22,515,032 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 869 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 267 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 375, 239 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. In Manchester, 761. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 7,490. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases, orange, new hospitalization, and red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple, total current COVID-19 cases, in orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases, orange, total hospitalization, red, death, and blue, recovered. Let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate, positive PCR and antigen test rate, and daily PCR test. Let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases and female and male cases. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Sununu says Trump contributed to insurrection at U.S. Capitol, but defers to Congress on impeachment. Republican governor says elected officials' words are held to a higher standard. Governor Chris Sununu, who has had an arm's-length relationship with President Donald Trump since both took office in 2017, said Monday the president contributed to the violence at the U.S. Capitol last week. Sununu, however, stopped short of joining three other Republican governors in calling for the president's removal from office, saying he agreed with the president-elect Joe Biden that impeachment and removal are matters for Congress to decide. W. Muir asked Sununu's office on Sunday if he agreed with Maryland Republican Governor Larry Hogan, who said on CNN's State of the Union program that Trump was responsible for inciting this riotous mob. Hogan and Governor Charlie Baker, Massachusetts, and Phil Scott of Vermont are so far the only three GOP governors to call for Trump's to be removed from office before his term ends on January 20th. Sununu said in a statement provided first to WMUR by his office that he believes Trump contributed to the insurrection. Here is the Sununu's full statement. Take a look. And if you want to see that full statement, again, we will share the link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page right after this broadcast. Both sides of Route 101 closed in Wilton after water tanker rolls over. Driver left suspended by seatbelt. Water freezes on road. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Your fitness is essential. Join today for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
Wilton police are crediting the driver of the tractor-trailer with keeping this from becoming a much more serious accident. It was around 7 o'clock this morning when this tractor-trailer was heading east on 101 in Wilton near the Templetown line. Police say a woman driving a Jeep pulled out of a side road, forcing the driver of the truck to swerve, the woman telling police that she didn't see the truck. The vehicles collided, and the tractor-trailer ended up on its side. According to company officials, the truck is usually carrying about 8,100 gallons of spring water. That water froze on the road, creating a problem for emergency officials. One of the saddle trucks on the truck containing diesel fuel also ruptured, but the fire chief says they were able to quickly contain the spill. As for the two people involved in the accident,
he was trapped inside the cab. His seatbelt was actually holding him in place. The female operator of the Jeep was still in her vehicle with another passerby that had stopped to assist them. Both operators were very lucky. They escaped with minor injuries, bumps and bruises.
While the accident does remain under investigation, police say it's unlikely that any charges will be filed. In Wilton, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Driver dead after crash off ramp from I-293 to I-93 in Manchester. New Hampshire State Police say the crash happened about 2:05 a.m. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Break free from 2020 and get moving at Planet Fitness in our clean and spacious clubs. And use our crowd meter for the best time to visit. Extended through January 15th. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment.
And new from overnight, state police are investigating a deadly crash. It happened on I-293 southbound at the 93 split just after 2 o'clock this morning. Police say a 26-year-old driver from Bedford was killed. Speed is believed to have been a factor in the crash.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Aimed nationwide warning. FBI says no known armed protests planned at New Hampshire State House. FBI bulletin warns of plans for armed protesters at state capitals. While the FBI bulletin has warned the possibility of armed demonstrations at all 50 state capitals, the Bureau's Boston division said it has no intelligence of an armed protest planned for the New Hampshire State House. The FBI Boston Division, which covers Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, and Rhode Island, said Monday that it also has no information indicating armed protests are planned for those state capitals. Here is what the FBI said. Take a look. Here's what the FBI said right here. Take a look at this. An internal FBI bulletin warned that as of Sunday, the nationwide protests may start later this week and extend through Biden's January 20th inauguration, according to law enforcement officials who read detail of the memo to the Associated Press. Investigators believe some of the people are members of some extremist groups, the officials said. The bulletin was first reported by ABC. Armed protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals from January 16th through at least January 20th, and at the U.S. Capitol from January 17th through January 20th, the bulletin said, according to one official. The officials were not authorized to speak publicly and spoke to the AP on the condition of anonymity. The FBI issued at least one other bulletin. They go out to law enforcement nationwide on the topic before the riots last week on December 29th, if warned of a potential for armed demonstrations targeting legislators and second officials said. Army General Daniel Hoxson, chief of the National Guard Bureau, told reporters on Monday that the Guard is also looking at any issues across the country. We're keeping a look across the entire country to make sure that we're monitoring our guards in every state are in close condition with their local law enforcement agencies to provide any support requested. The riots followed weeks of online calls for violence in Washington in a waning days of Donald Trump's presidency. A tweet in which Trump promised that last Wednesday's event will be wild fueled a month-long frenzy of indictments, strategizing, and embrace of violence against lawmakers, according to a research group that tracks online extremist activity. In a report issued Saturday, the SITE intelligence group also warns the Capitol attack has emboldened Trump supporting extremists. No matter how all this plays out, it's only the beginning, posted a user on the Donald message board, according to the report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.